with the without warning. This is our fortune. Drought stricken 1 minute till we damn near drowning in the downpouring. We all talk happily of causality, as if a thought could actually exist that could ever overstand all of this. Forthwith we forfeit ability to formally christen this course we orbit. So in awe of its enormity, I'm virtually destroyed, causing me to perform accordingly. A boy that happened to avoid meteoric planetoids, still paranoid of comets and asteroids. At the point of contemplation, I kneel at the temple of whatever gods invented the constellations. Watchful eyes peppered across the skies in the guise of a life force far bigger than you and I. The voyage is out there, the story begins right here. Where the journey end up is unclear, but the first step is gonna be taken this year. Yeah, and it's here. I ain't spending no more time waiting to disappear. Everything I need is here, happiness without fear. You ain't seen or heard nothing till you've been under that magnetic spell of circumference. Refer to wisdom incurred in the first person. What we learn from the tracks we burn in the earth's surface. Sitting by, misty-eyed, slightly mystified by the machinations that allow us to live and die. Historic scientific images crystallize with time. To put it simply, is dignified. So we follow in the footsteps of giants, eventually arriving at the feet of Orion. Loosen the belt and reside in the unknown, but for each and every part of us consist of stardust. Quench one insatiable appetite, angered by religion yet inspired by its thinking. Play a minor role inside this old planetary system, significantly privileged with the thrill of existence. The voyage is out there, the story begins right here. Where the journey end up is unclear, but the first step is gonna be taken this year. And it's here. Yeah, I ain't spending no more time waiting to disappear. Everything I need is here, happiness without fear. Happiness without fear. Go. Happen upon happiness, striking a happenstance next to where peace, love and balance is. Balancing upon a matchstick, dangling above one of many planets blanketed with gasoline. Waiting for the sun to engulf us, bones ripe for the picking clean by the vultures. I stand by, heart full of pride of what might be, off in the distance. Until then, it's fine by me. Yeah, it's fine by me. See, everything I need is here, happiness without fear. I ain't spending no more time waiting to disappear, cause the journey begins right here. The journey begins right here. $10,000,000 amplification, banging from the bottom of the basement. Futuristic lyricists chipping raps in the caves, man. Meditating in the middle of the underground, levitating higher than the motherfucking thunderclouds. Making them wonder how the hieroglyphics we scripted could lead to the very events the lyrics predicted. Meaning their meaning would never be treated with indifference, even if it seemed to be written with primitive equipment. It's limited edition, even after a 2 million-year-long intermission, it's still in mint condition. Lyrics are shoot to hit through human tissue, so when you choose to listen to ancient futuristic fusion kicking. This is something different, dangerous and forbidden, hidden away from sight, but you hear it off in the distance. It's brilliance when every sentence was heritage listed, long before the populace had ever fallen victim to the volume. We put it up to put it on you. It's all a part of the sound that we belong to. We raise it up as a way to conduct energy collectively, so any dial you touch better be the volume. We put it up to put it on you, part of this powerful sound that we belong to. We raise it up as a way to conduct energy. Tell us who else could it be? Mantra and Jeremedy. The volume
Such an immaculate premise that now leapt from out of the depths of cavernous crevices. Deafening as it was, many said it was the reckoning. Turn their attention to the direction it was headed in.
Put a blanket on the silence, got tangled up in violence, divided up in many different forms to form alliances. Tyrants and sirens alike tried to fight with it.
As time went, some lost sight of it.
The people of the modern age were frightened.
They said they wanted swagger over substance,
sparking an animated discussion.
The manner of consumption was such that it left the ones with underfunded production budgets wondering if luck was coming.
Your picture paints 1,000 words, but like an alchemist, the sound can make a mountain blur.
And how absurd to think from a whisper a shout emerged.
And by the sound of it, city upon city about to be immersed in the volume. We put it up to put it on you. It's all a part of the sound that we belong to.
We raise it up as a way to conduct energy
collectively.
So any dial you touch better be the volume.
We put it up to put it on you. Part of this powerful sound that we belong to. We raise it up as a way to conduct energy.
Tell us who else could it be?
Mantra and Jeremedy.
For all into the world to planet, I swore to myself that I would increase the volume of anything I touch. Here I am to modify the system so bang, 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 bang.
Get it booming till it's so super voluminous. Superhumans in tune with it. We maneuver the truth in it. The proof is in the music here.
Two elusive illusionists
moving through it like fugitives.
How do they do it?
That's our cue to ruin the rudiments.
Truthfully, I'm using my musicianship to cruise the seas. It was usually working beautifully until the mutiny. The volume was limitless till the whole ship pretended us. Had them at my fingertips till they sympathy was sync with us.
From imminent relinquishment of vigilance to conquer the continents. Build bridges from the cities to the pyramids. Living in this vast village of sonic omnipotence. Instilling a will to get mad with it within its citizens.
That's when we hit them with the volume. We put it up to put it on you. It's all a part of the sound that we belong to. We raise it up as a way to conduct energy
collectively.
So any dial you touch better be the volume. We put it up to put it on you. Part of this powerful sound that we belong to.
We raise it up as a way to conduct energy.
Tell us who else could it be?
Mantra and Jeremedy.
For all into the world to planet, I swore to myself that I would increase the volume of anything I touch. Here I am to modify the system so bang, 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 bang.
Volume 1. Now it's time to increase the volume, son, and let it run.
Voodoo's magic. Voodoo stuff.
Like what?
Like a poison dart, pleasant little things like that.
Alright, yo, the cannibal's back, brandishing his unique brand of madness that'll hold any audience captive. Fans and foes both entranced in enchantment by the language of dark arts and black magic. A magnificent, iridescent lyrical standard, standing unopposed, unchallenged, captain. My venom guarantee maximum damage is administered in addition to instant paralysis. Nothing moves without approval, chief of the tribe, getting by on a piece of the pie. We made fire, now we keep it alive, keeping an eagle eye on the evil type that speak lies. Heathenish little demons even on both sides, too proud to ever coincide at one time. Let's get them jumping off on the front line. That tonic we provide, it's letting them unwind. What is it about the music that makes the music so appealing? It's the voodooism I put into it to make you feel it. What you're dealing with is a new era. The songs stick in your mind whenever you hear it. It's the voodooism I put into it with pimp pinpoint precision to make you feel it. Who wanna battle the lyrically inspirational, chemically inequatable, literally incomparable? Spit a million raps in a single sitting to baffle you. Kill 'em in a millisecond, isn't a kid an animal? Living these passages written in vivid characters, whipping rappers to ribbons, they reminiscing embarrasses. This lyricist ammunition fires into these amateurs. Rhyme so exceptional, we should print 'em with an asterisk. Should be put in another genre. Hip-hop switch doctor, flip some scripts on ya. Kicking shit off with a handsome stanza, hand delivered by mantra, the man from the mantra. Rap's answer to Christopher Walken, looking at that but the minute I walk in. From the minute we kick in the doors in, it is important to know it's all for the thrill of performing, yo. What is it about the music that makes the music so appealing? It's the voodooism I put into it to make you feel it. What you're dealing with is a new era. The songs stick in your mind whenever you hear it. It's the voodooism I put into it with pinpoint precision to make you feel it. I ain't putting no ass on it, except maybe to mention the audience astonished. Anybody in disagreement is admonished. I'm a devil in disguise, demonic when acknowledged. Travel across maps, respected across boards. Revelers finger snap, competitors draw swords. Level is off tap, the method is raw force. Step into the trap of a malevolent warlord. Master assailant under government surveillance. Man of many faces in 100 different places. Ancient law form the basis of my statements. Spit it real as fuck in a malfunctioning matrix. A dangerous mind of amazing design that'll tap into the base of your spine. And I ain't lying, I know he said he had a place and a time to take his record off the shelf to replace it with mine. What is it about the music that makes the music so appealing? It's the voodooism I put into it to make you feel it. What you're dealing with is a new era. The songs stick in your mind whenever you hear it. It's the voodooism I put into it with pinpoint precision to make you feel it. What is it about the music that makes the music so appealing?
Voodoo stuff.
It's that voodooism I put into it to make you feel it.
Like what?
Like pins in a voodoo doll, we gonna make your people feel it.
Done your work well.
Make you feel it. Ha, ha, ha,
From this point on, we'll be in voodoo country.
belong. But you won't really see the real me before you hear my songs. Cause I am lonely, but don't mistake me. Think that I ain't strong. I know you think you know me, but you don't know me, and you have got me wrong. I'd be lying if I said I was a perfect man. I tried to tell him I never had no dirty hands. In all honesty, I've been in the corner before. It's all par for the course in accordance with the plan. More than what you would have gathered from a first glance. More often than not, I'm tricky to understand. Anonymous anomaly with no apology. An oddity with a division of psychology. My inner demons are riddled with dichotomies. Or Ripley's, believe it or not, ideology. Striving to find the right philosophy. All the while fine-tuning the life policies. Intercepted on the regular, constantly, as if the interjections are involuntary. And I'd love to think that I ain't let it bother me, but everywhere I go, the self-doubt follow me. If I am only a shallow motif, I know I don't belong. But you won't really see the real me before you hear my songs. Cause I am lonely, but don't mistake me. I think that I ain't strong. I know you think you know me, but you don't know me, and you have got me wrong. No wonder I'm nervous and anxious when all I see is a world full of madness. Early impressions, knee-jerk reactions, trivial materials that serve as attachments. About to lose my brain to migraines as my faint interest wanes and migrates. Seems to me we all weak at the knees and eager to please somebody we can never appease. I know I don't belong, but you you won't really see the real me before you hear my songs. Cause I am lonely, but don't mistake me, or think that I ain't strong. I know you think you know me, but you don't know me, and you have got me wrong. Yeah, not the type to wanna battle the stranger. Music, the preferred method of channeling anger, deep thought. 24 channels, and man, I've seen more than the average man should have had to endure. Sure, I can act flamboyant and sure, it's sort of for my own enjoyment, but never would let it affect my love for the music or playing it humble in front of my muses. You just see a character portrayed on stage and think you got it figured out. Got the inside word on what I think about. Want the gossip and scandal, want the ins and outs. Want the scoop, want the juice, wanna ring it out. Wanna talk, lick it till you out of breath. All the talking will be my death. Unimpressed with the method, so I render with the rhythmic analogy more than you ever could, merely living in a fantasy. If I am only a shallow motif, I know I don't belong. But you won't really see the real me before you hear my songs. Cause I am lonely, but don't mistake me, or think that I ain't strong. I know you think you know me, but you don't know me, and you have got me wrong. Man, Dickie D, Rive, cut strings of a zip that we think is thieves. None quicker than the blistering speed of these mischievous fiends. The team rip at the seams of what you think and believe, till it's a mystery too hidden for you to perceive. Linking your missing imperative information pertaining to the position of a twisted machine that exhibit proficiency that's still picking up steam, while others in the midst of the scene are swimming upstream. Finger on kill switch, crippling citizens, the sickest kids in any particular instances. Minute for minute, more serious incidents than Israel up against Palestinian militants. Thorn in your side when you're trying to relax. You don't want that, we bad news. In the corner of your mind every time you hear the try. Yeah, we bad news. Messengers of madness, looser than lasso, testing your taboo, attacking, smashing with passion, like Full Metal Jacket. Get it, we bad news. Now sunny, but inside it's rain and flames, created by statements made by deranged patrons. Impatient outpatients, taking in our medication, at least till it get us wasted.
I seem a little crazy, insane on stage, rain dance like I'm a native. Indian ain't the same as anyone on your playlist. Everyone trying to play this little game where they claim that they named and arranged and they wrote every single note on my album. Ain't no nostalgic ghost of 1,000 Christmas past, but that will run through your houses with untouchable presents in your relatives' lounge rooms.
Yo, what up, Mr. D-Rock?
Well, hello there, Robert. Cool to borrow your key card. I gotta see a fucking people on my back. They're thinking I got the cash as soon as I got the flat. Talk about these selfish friendships, acting like it's 2012 and the world's ending.
Each to their own, blood.
I know, but just a little disheartening when friends will throw you under your own bus. So much for loyalty, just another fish in the sea, in a scene of BP oil rigs. Kilometers, only milliseconds to kill 'em. Illzilla and syllabolics in session. Yeah.
Thorn in your side when you're trying to relax. You don't want that, be bad news.
In the corner of your mind every time you hear the try. Yeah, we bad
news. Messengers of madness, looser than lasso,
testing your taboo,
attacking,
smashing with passion,
like Full Metal Jacket. Get it, we bad news.
As everything rises, another resident wrestle with great heights. I'm suicidal, hey. Well, I lie awake late, writing about how my life's great and hate society's weight.
Reprobate, whack, scallion, rat bags, scallywags, flagrant, vagrant scoundrels, prowling habitats.
Alley cat.
In the shadows, clutching a battle axe,
Swinging indiscriminate wherever shitty rappers at.
living beyond rules, the tomfoolers playing the industry for a joke like Scott loses. Just as in the king's court, but at the same time, pestering the king, poisoning his 8th wife. Entered the cemetery late night and buried her next to Jimmy Wacard's temporary gravesite. Mantras are within a mile of the mic who cause more casualties than Paul when he stays dive. Thorn in your side when you're trying to relax. You don't want that, be bad news.
In the corner of your mind every time you hear the try. Yeah, we bad
news. Messengers of madness,
the baddest,
looser than lassos,
testing your taboo,
attacking,
smashing with passion,
like Full Metal Jack, you get it, we bad news. One time, big ups Mr. D-Drapht, man Treasy in the area. Big shouts to the whole Syllabolics massive. Hold tight, whole area crew. The way I'm taking this evening, do I risk the fall is the best to run? Hope somebody show me its meaning, cause I can only learn these lessons once. Yo, from each new victory a new fight, from each triumph come a new plight. In each defeat find peace, and piece by piece we must confront it with great depths, fathom new heights. From every death stems new life, from every dark night step new light. Only when treated wrongly do we uncover what it mean to do right. Through lies we discover where the essence of truth lies. On a solo mission, by my own admission, dictate volition. I'm familiar with the risk of putting too many cooks in the kitchen, but two minds are better than one on a cold night. Careful not to hold love too tight. You might be surprised how easy it'll slip from your sight. Like the more you need something, the more it's unattainable. The more you seek something, the more your vision will fail you. True happiness could only exist in the minds of those who know what tragedy is. In the deepest recesses of the psyche find solace and reach for the top while you standing on the bottom. The way I'm taking this evening, do I risk the fall, is it best to run? Hope somebody show me its meaning, cause I can only learn these lessons once. Height of confusion is when the dreams get truly lucid. To stand stagnant and languish seems conducive to movement, suitably proven in too many brooding humans, looking for someone to trade shoes with, chasing some other method of revenue to outrun the pressure they perpetually consume with. But maybe the last life is for the losers, cause face it, the world is painted by the recluses. He who chooses to learn from experience rather than delegate the lesson to inferiors. To live in regret is to lessen your potential, yet acknowledgement of mistakes is essential. Instrumental to progression and development. Identify Nebuchadnezzars in the fellowship. Recognize the regression and malevolence to overcome its hellishness with wisdom and intelligence. What? The way I'm taking this evening, do I risk the fall, is it best to run? Hope somebody show me its meaning, cause I can only learn these lessons once. Step up, fall down, risk it all now. Trouble, water, burning bridges, turning wheels, cheap thrills and big business. When nothing is ventured, nothing is gained. If nothing is changed, nothing will change. Just a refrain of quiet down, speak up. Seems tough but they one and the same. Somebody show me the way.
This record you are going to hear is a pretty marvelous story, a sort of miracle, and there couldn't be anybody better to tell you. That's right. Follow the old maestro. That's the miracle I was telling you about.
Equals with a template, Zilla was the next phase.
This is all part of it.
That is important, and a wonderful story.
There must be a method to his madness to have such a powerful effect upon the masses.
Well, years ago they thought it could make you insane. Medical science has shown this isn't true at all.
What is it in the composition to make us want to listen?
It's a chemical substance. The bloodstream carries it through the body and that changes you. Well, that's nothing to worry about either. But you'll begin to feel differently about quite a lot of things.
Well, that's the start, but you haven't told the most wonderful part. We do this because we love you. 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 We love you.
So perfect, a soul that knows what its worth is. You entered the room strong with such purpose, cool and composed like nothing is urgent. Just to lay my eyes on you I felt nervous. Never been one to play shit smooth, still I knew I had to make this move. It was the way that you put your spirit in the way you move. It had me shaking in my shoes like a bass bin do. You obliged kind enough, let nothing slide. Gave a little away but kept the rest inside. I recognized to you this could have just been an exercise, and I was simply the next in line. But to me it was eyes open, heart ready to fall. I would have danced if it was 4 to the floor. By 3:45, knew there had to be some more to explore. Though I never had the ball in my court, I was a mere spectator taking in the show. Fascinated by your opera, captivated in the front row. When the curtains were drawn, it was only me and you, alone in the zone, speaking truth. You said you'd had a string of bad relationships. Said you listened to common and quality shit. This could be dangerous. I had to catch my breath to serenade you with. You got me taking risks, but I know an angel exists in you. You got that perfect thing. You got that everything. You are my perfect thing. You got that perfect thing. You got that everything. You are my perfect thing. Sweet, perfect, heavenly charm render me worthless. Tongue-tied without speech but found purpose. Being with you it may be urgent. Seeing as you see beyond the mirrors of my surface. Clairvoyant, moving in unison every second. Intrinsic rhythm of your soul, show me where we headed. Full expression, no censorship, no second guessing. Know exactly what's on my mind, it don't need to be getting mentioned. Extension, too into it, too injure it. Innocent as two little kids, the meaning of true intuition, isn't it? Standing side by side, in the thick of it, I touch your fingertips and feel magnificent. Moments magnify as each minute ticks. Days feel eternal, but still just a little quick. I was tipsy from a tiny little sip of it. The thought of you affect my mind, and its synthesis calls. You got that perfect thing. You got that everything. You are my perfect thing. You got that perfect thing. You got that everything. You are my perfect thing. So perfect, the way way that you balance me. Now my center of gravity, squarely in the center of your galaxy. Thought of losing you now is like heresy. I burn like kerosene in surges of chemistry. I fall asleep and dream of your effigy. Perfect likeness, sublime lying next to me. Curves entwine and enlighten me sexually. Words decline to describe this effectively. Nerves are heightened, alive in your energy. A cursed mind inspired by your recipe. So rare this awareness of trust. This lovesick romantic may have found a remedy. You came along and changed my whole schedule. I don't think I even wrote love songs until I met you.
You got that perfect thing. You got that everything. You are my perfect thing. You got that perfect thing. You got that everything. You are my perfect thing.
I'm a gambler, Mr. Rudd, and I don't always bank on my card. If I did, I'd wind up broke. But it don't happen too often, but every once in a while, something comes out of the air, lands on your shoulder, and says something in your ear. An hour ago, it landed.
What did it say to you?
It said, "This is it. Play it."
Well, then, play it.
We all the players in this game of chance, right? We all rolling the dice, watching destiny dance, right? Yeah, you damn right. Yeah. Who holds the handle of that? Swinging axe we anticipate. Is it a twist of fate or something we instigate? Would it exist without a name or would it fade? Making way for another spiritual theory to fill its place. To further illustrate a belief in coincidence, filling us with wonder while we ponder its significance. If all events are predetermined and will eventually be embedded in memory, essentially this is destiny. What is meant to be, it will be. Though we may wish it was down to you or up to me, we must understand and leave it up to chances to put it up in the hands of something with other plans. Precisely what was it you spotted in the cloud formations? Blackjack, bust or four aces? Maybe it's a test of dexterity, strength or patience. The nature of this dangerous game that we all placed in. We all the players in this game of chance, rolling the dice, watching destiny dance throughout another dreamscape, clutching the keepsake to keep us safe at the mercy of supreme fate. There's no cheating in this game of chance, so only roll the dice if you know the odds in advance. As fate twists, make this the greatest of tricks. When the cards on the table are flipped, I can lie with horoscopes, wander off the chosen track just to be thrown back to fulfilling my position on the zodiac. Envision a path encrypted in the stars, written by the Moirai, recited via tarot card. And as fate would have it, met the brother Honey Bee, and he introduced me to a new habit. I'm pretty sure I never got to tell you, but if it wasn't for you, this kid would have never started rapping. But who could have predicted that next horrific action? The black day we lost you in the blink of an eyelid, to violence and madness. What was its lesson? What sick and twisted turn of events could let it happen? Circumstance would dictate in this place the worst case. Ripple through the entire crew like an earthquake. So unfair and unjust when we face with the nature of this dangerous game that we all placed in. We all the players in this game of chance, rolling the dice, watching destiny dance throughout another dreamscape, clutching the keepsake to keep us safe at the mercy of supreme fate. There's no cheating in this game of chance, so only roll the dice if you know the odds in advance. As fate twists, make this the greatest of tricks. When the cards on the table are flipped, on the table are flipped. get to grips, make peace inside. Never hang on to something you should leave behind. Better do what you can to find peace of mind. Whether you believe in evil or Jesus Christ, you better cross and dot your T's and I's, for even the cleanest life can be redesigned. Better stop the clock and read the signs. Lady Luck be keeping watch with the keenest eyes. You can conquer demons with the right frame of mind, or wind up in the wrong place at the wrong time. And just when you thinking life is good, better knock on wood, since we never could be certain of its likelihood. It can smell fear, so never show that it's there. Never give it the satisfaction of knowing you're scared. When it's all said and done, I'd rather let it all ride than run and hide. It's fine, just remember that we all are players in this game of chance, rolling the dice, watching destiny dance throughout another dreamscape, clutching the keepsake to keep us safe at the mercy of supreme fate. There's no cheating in this game of chance, so only roll the dice if you know the odds in advance. It's fate twist, make this the greatest of tricks when the cards on the table are flipped. They saw nothing but my outline, the silhouette of an outcast, a glimmer shooting over the skyline. Supernova, superstar, supervillain, supercharged lyricism, it's the Dylan of our time. So diligent to sting on my superstition within the shit that I'm spitting, that it's giving them bad signs. New decision was to assume the position of idol inside his new religion. It was written in the street, soul scripture. So never sell out the street unless the people in the streets roll with ya. I lose more sleep with each cold winter, seeing them act a fool to achieve goal quicker. But as these polls pick up, I'm still trying to make a name for myself like a D-pole switch up. Fake rap, candy snap, bitches get lit up. Live on stage over a sample and a kick drum.
Understand this, fit it on tracks, it becomes classic. War clouds gather, plague of the demons. You can see it's an emergency. Understand this, fit it on tracks, it becomes classic. War clouds gather, plague of the demons. It's the world that I live in.
Live motherfuckers up and running again. Man trees, he done it again. Vegas up in the blend. The last kids you wanna be fucking with, friend. See, I've learned from my mistakes, I'm only fucking with friends. Keep my business in the family, music in the headphones. Nose to the stone as I walk through the dead zone. Manifesto was clear from the get-go. Now I got a couple billion people to let know. Take one of the world's best kept secrets and play it on your PA speakers. Pump it for the humans and the rest of God's creatures. Take it all the way to the hardest sea bits of the outer reaches. Fuck it, if you out there, we gon' reach us. Speak to y'all frankly with nothing short of genius. Believe this, we charismatic as world leaders. Before Mansion takes his machete to their features.
Understand this, fit it on tracks, it becomes classic. War clouds gather, plague of the demons. You can see it's an emergency. Understand this, fit it on tracks, it becomes classic. War clouds gather, plague of the demons. It's the world that I live in.
Original aim was slaughter the underground. Take my seat at the table as lord of the underground. Some cats were snoring before, but they love it now. Clapping so loud, I'm hearing applause in the thunderclouds. There's more to discover now, I ain't coming down at all. Not until somebody made me fall. But on the day I do happen to draw the short straw, I'ma draw my long sword and torture all yours. For sure, I implore you to take a minute to dig it. This rap gig is less of a racket or meal ticket than a one-way trip. Origin unknown, destination undecided, yet we rarely uninspire. People never unexcited if the flight visit their city and kick it in their dominion. We follow meridian lines, giving breath to inquisitive minds until it's time back on the circuit line.
Understand this, fit it on tracks, it becomes classic. War clouds gather, plague of the demons. You can see it's an emergency. Understand this, fit it on tracks, it becomes classic. War clouds gather, plague of the demons. It's the world that I live in.
So who's this guy? Mantra? Mazda?
Alright, let's go.
Nah, Mantra. Ah, right. Is he any good? Oh, he's alright. He talks a bit, huh?
Used to the feeling of peace, not really wanting to listen when I speak. Fitting in by the skin of my teeth, but when I spit on a beat, I get a little relief. Permission to be free for the minute at least. Hit 'em with a belief, get rid of my political beef. A platform to deliver the speech. Yo, I gotta be honest, the white collar shit isn't for me. Given a choice, I get down and live in the streets. With the freaks, with the meat, with the proud and hard done by. Like one of them down on hard luck guys. Up in the lost and found, looking for bucks and pounds. Another victim of another dark sunrise. Sometimes it feels too much. Better be resilient, you wanna feel tough. Tough, like putting your life into something and somebody telling you to keep it up.
Keep it up, buddy.
Man, if you keep that up, I'm pretty sure that you're gonna get beaten up. So while I love being patronized, perhaps you guys are better learn to keep it shut. But they wanna come speak to us. Apparently the whole world want a piece of us. And it's cool, but don't be giving advice on how I'm living my life if you're missing a couple teeth and drunk. I ain't in this for any other reason than rhyming. That's what the reason and rhyme is. And the steep as the climb is, I'ma try to reach the peak and then redefine it. Signing my name into the shelf so the legacy remains when I'm flaming in hell. It might be poverty, it might be wealth, but there ain't nobody to blame but myself.
I don't know what your name is, but I thought your show was blazing. Your flow and placement is so amazing, you're going places.
Well, thanks for your glowing statements, but what I gotta know today is if I'm one of these chosen saviors, how come nobody knows I'm famous?
I'm not sure what your name is. He's Mike, I'm Joe, we're agents. Your sound is so outrageous, you could be the next sensation.
Well, thanks for your votes and praises, but what I gotta know by grace is if I'm one of these chosen saviors, how come nobody knows I'm famous? Same old shit, the same old places, same fuckwits on rotation, same artists are playing it safe and get met with yet another standing ovation. Like taking a risk so blasphemous, MCs take shit so serious. Everybody is a critic, everybody got a gimmick, nobody wanna be a better lyricist. Heads up, yo, here it is, let's hear it for the broken, weary kids. Sick of the nonsense, I'ma take it back to Tribe on some low-end theory shit. Yes, I know it's business, but where did the business start? I know it's an industry, but this industry, it was built on art. Still, it's the hardest part, speaking your mind on matters of the heart. Make them cry, make them laugh, make sure you're in the eye of your chart. Make sure you're ready to make your mark, feeling this shit'll get ripped apart. All I know is that I came here tonight to rip some bars, and I left with a wallet full of business cards.
I don't know what your name is, but I thought your show was blazing. Your flow and placement is so amazing, you're going places.
Well, thanks for your glowing statements, but what I gotta know today is if I'm one of these chosen saviors, how come nobody knows I'm famous? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Nobody knows what the name is. Nobody knows. Just one of them faces. Nobody knows.
Are you like famous?
Me, fuck no, but you never met a kid with better flow. Let's go. MCs out there trying to sign a beat, the next big thing undeniably, but they hit a small glitch when they selling out gigs and they rock the rhyme industry. Where your credibility gonna be coming from when your record don't move and you move on? Crew gone cause you ain't been around in too long and can't get a rhythm for the new song. Everybody laugh at you, not a label in sight when I market you. Still yet to get a penny out of half a tune. Looks like it might be a long afternoon. Not me though, check the ego. I hit the town like torpedo. Spot a chicken, run up like what up, I'm mantra. She like, I'm so come on.
I don't know what your name is, but I thought your show was blazing. Your flow and placement is so amazing, you're going places.
Well, thanks for your glowing statements, but what I gotta know today is if I'm one of these chosen saviors, how come nobody knows I'm famous?
I'm not sure what your name is. He's Mike, I'm Joe, we're agents. Your sound is so outrageous, you could be the next sensation.
Well, thanks for your votes and praises, but what I gotta know by grace is if I'm one of these chosen saviors, how come nobody knows I'm famous?
Self-destruct sequence initiated. 5, 4, 3, 2.
And the show goes on and on and on and on. And the road goes on and on and on and on. The cycle goes on and on and on and on. They sit in the boardroom, forecast perpetual growth. The task force more ferocious than the rest of us know. We hear laughter, stretch from here to the hereafter, concocting new ways to profit from disaster. Cash for catastrophe. Collateral damage, the official terminology for civilian casualties. Shit is fun to ignore, living in apathy. Give a little as long as we receive a little back, it seems. It's little wonder we at wit's end, bound by pretension at the mercy of the system. Economic hitmen, working for they fam while they poisoning the children, hoping it won't kill them. Disillusion never saw such grander scale. Delusion was a diva put center stage. Publication got it right to the last detail. Lies leap off the page till it's all grey. We put the planet on self-destruct. Now there's only myself to trust. I say fuck it, bring the ice age on, cause it couldn't be any worse once the humans are gone. Perhaps in fact the world would be better off when the malice and the madness stop and that darkness drops. We put the planet on a desolate road, and it goes, and it goes, and it goes, and it goes. Every human living once wondered what they here for. What the blood, what the sweat, what the tears for. Now we listen for the shot we got an ear for. Standing dead in front of another 100 years war. See how to frighten in the meek war. Fearing the one inevitability we truly know is in store. See how the money of the rich talk, assigning a price to a man's life based on where the kid is born. Shit is fun to ignore when it is easier. Plus we controlling the media. Watching from a safe house standpoint, we don't feel shit, but it's real close to home and this is some real shit. Better pretend the predator's vendetta depends on whether you're getting the cheddar since it never ends. And when you go and make friends with the latest trends, wash the blood from the money that you make and spend.
We put the planet on self-destruct. Now there's only myself to trust. I say fuck it, bring the ice age on, cause it couldn't be any worse once the humans are gone. Perhaps in fact the world will be better off when the malice and the madness stop and that darkness drops. We put the planet on a desolate road, and it goes, and it goes, and it goes, and it goes. We're heading for self-destruction on a high-speed vessel, taking turns on Mother Earth like a tag team wrestle. The World Bank embezzles, your country's being written off as a bad investment. With no regard for the people, considered expendable, some hearts so deceitful. Laughing at our own destruction, till it ain't fun no more, we can't ignore the repercussions. Cause we all dead when we poison the waters. Paradise lost can't be stopped at the borders. And now we drowning in the Pacific vortex. Modern day Atlantis, the whole world's the Maldives. The only thing that helps me to carry on in this fucked up situation is cause I know when humanity's gone, life still be fine, life will go on.
We put the planet on self-destruct. Now there's only myself to trust. I say fuck it, bring the ice age on, cause it couldn't be any worse once the humans are gone. Perhaps in fact the world would be better off when the malice and the madness stop and that darkness drops. We put the planet on a desolate road, and it goes, and it goes, and it goes, and it goes, and it goes.
Promoe, Matra, fucking bring the ice age on. Ice grilling you rappers.
Guess generosity sent a message I was one to test. Invested trust in everyone but always cut the deck. Been through enough to see a bluff when it's up ahead. Step with trepidation, ever wary what be coming next. Too many sunsets were spent unsuspecting. Resting. Next thing, friends and enemies are intersecting. Isn't it interesting when those closest are the ones training their focus in hopes you won't notice? Roaches blowing smoke to cover their approaches, full of compliments and confidence until the cellar closes. Clever pros will let them scope progressive inroads and look past pain like a window. Possessions or emotion, whatever's available can be taken. Then everything you cherish is threatened like a home invasion. Play it close to your chest or get totally sketched. The first impression is enough. This trust I got big for my people. Show love for the family. In my family, we got it down to a T now. What exactly are you? Never underestimate the value of the team that respect you. Big for my people. Show love for the family. In my family, we got it down to a T now. What exactly are you? Never underestimate the worth of a team that's down for you. This family trust, it isn't financial. It's Those who got you in times of crisis, when you tethered in life's shackles. Yo, I've been damn near trampled alive. If it hadn't been for the fam, I doubt this man would survive. I see crooked characters thrive on the plans of the wise. The sweat of the poor, the work of the people, the curse of the times. We all wanna be the dreamer with integrity, but dismiss it subliminally. They got us undergoing microscopic surgery, implanted with robotic circuitry to make our appearance more appealing commercially. Sinister motivation lurking these mercenaries, invested in the worth of what's embedded in a person's dream. Nothing burdened me quite like uncertainty. Believe I'ma believe at least a little of its urgency, but urging me to keep my feet on the ground. That sweet little sound of peeps who were down in the clutch. This trust I got big for my people, show love for the family. In my family, we got it down to a T now. What exactly are you? Never underestimate the value of the team that respect you. Big for my people, show love for the family. In my family, we got it down to a T now. What exactly are you? Never underestimate the worth of the team that's down for you. Got you back, got you back, got you back. When we get it, take it for granted. We don't relive in backwards, stuck with nowhere to go and losing traction. Lost in this metropolis of human interaction. Some are there to give directions, others out to take advantage. Along the way we surely trip, trying not to look hurt, as yet another crook emerges from the woodwork. From good books to what's the good word, it's misleading. We misuse the misinformation we're misreading. Give me trust. Urthboy, Illy Al, yeah, Solo, Jeremedy, Mr. Muph, Man Terror, select your weapon of choice and just get him like Urthboy, Illy Al, Solo, Jeremedy, Mr. Muph, Man Terror, select your weapon of choice and just get him.
Yeah, last night my rhymes brought the same effect as mortars to all from the critics' corners to the record authors. Left heads a mess, trauma and stress disorders. Wrecking balls with all respect to the pecking order. Fine, tell them take aim at my mop, I hope it pays off. It's the only shot that they got, so justify that and say what you want. Mantra man, I think the world's gone mad. I'm about to lose the plot on a beat, facing a 6MC single file firing squad. No word of which shot, signed it off. Dialed and God gave a hotline to God. Code of honor means it's never spoke. Since we don't, you pick the spot. What? Renegades separate threats from jokes. Now most ain't gonna catch us, most ain't getting close. No, we dodge left and we hook 'em right. Look at none cooking like obese, heat tracks, crooked eye.
Last night my rhyme started a revolution. Tell you the truth, it was evidently an effing nuisance. Had the hippies following me for the best solution. Peeps seeking retribution for the destitution, but I didn't have a solution at all. Still there's a mural of my name upon the wall. They had my face silhouetted for the flag bearers. Now I'm like Cake Bearer, famous facial hair wearer. But the difference is I ain't got no message. I was just freestyling, I was just flexing. See, they predicted my answers, no question. Misconstrued my message, man, mad misdirection. I didn't mean to get the people in a riot. I've had them private eyes watching me since 99. The year I started rhyming, but I'm just a quiet guy. So I'm saying sayonara with a sip of cyanide.
Urthboy, Illy Al, Solo, Jeremedy, Mr. Muph, Man Terror, select your weapon of choice and just let him. Urthboy, Illy Al, Solo, Jeremedy, Mr. Muph, Man Terror, select your weapon of choice and just let him. Yo, last night my rhymes took a man's life. Now I'm searching for the perfect alibi. They had to scatter and hide inside terraces, terrified and panic, yelling terror from the sky. Residents gave my description to police, a disturber of the peace and a menace to the streets. Provided eyewitnesses, now they want fingerprints. This is ridiculous, I didn't kill him, my lyrics did. The flow, it sounded like an air raid. He was just one of the unlucky ones touched by the sound wave. But no way that he could withstand its impact. The syntax, battered flesh and arrested his cardiac.
Hey yo, last night my rhyme made a man overdose. Came home to find some lines in an open envelope. Couldn't let it go to waste, had to take a dip, better taste. Now he's just another name on the form for an autopsy report stored in the coroner's office. Problem was lack of knowledge of the drug when he's on it. It's kinda subtle if you listen, but it bubbles in the system like them Spring Valley missions when we were just some kids and smelling like teen spirits. Couldn't see the limits in a fetal position on the kitchen floor, convulsing. I froze for a minute, put my finger on the pulse, and too late his moment was gone.
Last night they called me in and brought me in for manslaughter. Four corners caught me on a recording on a camcorder. Reported mortars in the chorus, reached the court order. And with the drop followed rigor mortis. I'm all for it, your mind's drawn and four-quartered. My old majority are mortified, they call
teleported you to heaven's door. A string of words that strangle herds like they kettle cords. The ashes of a man of peace, the ink of man of war. Go ahead, make a martyr of me, we got many more.
Urthboy, Illy, Solo, Jeremedy, Mr. Muph, Man Terror.
Select your weapon of choice and just hit 'em.
Urthboy, Illy, Solo, Jeremedy, Mr. Muph, Man Terror.
Select your weapon of choice and just hit 'em.
Last night my rhymes had the planet fooled. Smoke and mirrors transformed an ordinary Joe to daddy cool. The greatest trick the devil ever pulled. Hypnotized civilized people to remind them that they're animals. The force unstoppable. Primitive instinct kicks in, it descends to mob rule. Like some sick twisted game as Simon says.
Get 'em up.
Got 'em up, good, get 'em up higher then. Perfect score every time like might at 10. It's black magic, my riddles pull a rabbit out the hatchet. Like Siddle in the ashes. Just sleight of hand, my man. Nothing more than a masterful distraction. Masterful distraction. Masterful distraction. Masterful distraction.
Yo, so this is a song that I wrote for our good friend Honey Galeb Jabba. It was taken from us in 2003. He was an amazing boy, an amazing friend, and we miss him every day. Every day. Now, it was Honey who encouraged me to start rhyming in the first place back in the day, so if it hadn't been for him, my life would have been completely different. We love you, bro.
Yo, you went from a face in the crowd to all this craziness now. Regardless, you're still making us proud. What this ain't about is you're standing down from a brawl. You were small, but you were always standing tall. That's one of the many I admired you for. The height of your goal, let the center think in either ride or you fall. And you were right with it all. Stood directly in the eye of the storm, spitting rhymes in the face of the law like acid. A blank page presented an open door, represented exactly what you were doing this for. New facet of fascination to wholeheartedly explore. Much more than beats in a verse, it was the whole cause. Any mic in sight was there for the ripping. Incredible insight written on texture with flipping. Your response to the heads that were dissing:
I'll rip your motherfucking rib cage out and make shreds of the ribbons.
Any audience was destined to listen, and one that was destined to be one of the best in the business. Subscribing to the school and never no rest for the wicked, so you ran along and barely slept while they kept to their linen. Facing degradation, kept your position. We kept it kicking till the morning was upon us, keeping it real honest. And sometimes I feel I ain't got a lot of that in me. It's times like this I wish you were still here with me.
If it hadn't been for you reaching out for me, then I would not be here.
It's times like this I wish you were still here with me.
If it hadn't been for you, I would not be me. So this is all for you.
I was working in the lab when it happened. Revelation relay and a phone call happened. Face slap, collision with stone wall happened. The cynic in me refused to believe it had happened. It was a lead though, to follow and tow by the hand.
Already keep name in the headlines and it sounds like you man.
Shivered twice at the prospect. Calm down son, this is a precaution. That preposterous option will be laid to rest. One step that was clear to be taken next, confirmation. Acquisition of information.
Yeah, I just heard too.
And that was all that it took. I'll never forget the way that his voice quivered and shook. The minute it took for me to fully understand, the shock was horrible. Not having you around seemed impossible. An awful concept was living life like that. And not before nor since have I ever cried like that. Images of your body beneath the sheets still disturb my sleep. Knowing the pain you went through on that cold street. The grief of a family. Firstborn child, second heartbreaking tragedy. Recipe for insanity. A travesty. Cold-blooded and callous, unbelievable people capable of such physical malice. But the scars left by your death are nothing next to the years of legacy I'ma devote to your memory.
If it hadn't been for you reaching out for me, then I would not be here.
Times like this I wish you were still here with me.
If it hadn't been for you, I would not be me. So this is all for you.
So as as life without you continues, it's still you getting me through. And yes, it is true, I'm less confused, cause so much seems trivial. I question my spiritual, all thanks to one individual. It was your power, your voice, your passion for life that drives me, divides me with my passion for life. There's no overstating the impact you had on my life, that's why I'm thankful. So as life without you continues, it's still you getting me through. And yes, it is true, I'm less confused, cause so much seems trivial. I question my spiritual, all thanks to one individual. It was your power, your voice, your passion for life that drives me, divides me with my passion for life. There's no overstating the impact you had on my life, that's why I'm thankful. That's why I'm thankful, kid. Stay quiet, nobody cares what you had to say. It'll only fall on deaf ears anyway. Type of shit around here happens every day. Put on a brave face, stay in your place and stay quiet. Nobody cares what you had to say. Nobody here's gonna hear what you advocate. Keep opinions to yourself and stay out the way. It's game time and there's money to make, so stay quiet. You have the right to remain silent, blind to the footage of state violence and race riots, ignorant of an international aid crisis, the ever-present epidemic of the AIDS virus, as Congolese militia rape and mutilate minors, United Nations troops displaying the same vices. The infant mortality rate rises alongside disease, famine and the real estate prices. See, we all in a war, but they were claimed by it. You got paid by it, taking lives just to increase the trade of a blood-stained diamond, and we act dismayed by it, but all the same buy it. This inhumane science be the reason decent people we can never dream of meeting lie awake crying, hide away in isolation, since living in darkness better than dying in the daylight is. Lightning lights up ominous grey skies and ignites the horizon. Tyrants deciding the future of a land where the stray bullets fly and the sirens ain't warning them orders they firing. Peace talks will never pause, they're conspiring. The war never cease, we keep it transpiring. With nerves of steel, lips permanently sealed, we conceal how we really feel, feeling consoled by the quiet. Nobody cares what you have to say, it'll only fall on deaf ears anyway. Type of shit around here happens every day. Put on a brave face, stay in your place and stay quiet. Nobody cares what you have to say, nobody here's gonna hear what you advocate. Keep opinions to yourself and stay out the way. It's game time and there's money to make, so stay quiet. Stay quiet, you have the right to remain silent. Uninformed, miseducated and compliant, confounded, confused, intimidated and scared by it. Keep your attention span brief and your mind divided. Resources being torn from a war zone, exported then implanted in the back of your cell phone. So What you know about an economic episode? 3 nations feuding in a region set to explode. But you ain't gotta travel to Zaire to know what became of the Congo. It's right here. A couple centuries ago, Euro pioneers landed up in Sydney with the very same idea. You got something they want, they finna take it. Ain't a problem if you got here first or born native. Ain't a problem if the land you live on considered sacred. Ain't a problem unless we say it, so take it and stay quiet. Nobody cares what you have to say. It'll only fall on deaf ears anyway. Type of shit around here happens every day. Put on a brave face, stay in your place and stay quiet. Nobody cares what you have to say. Nobody here's gonna hear what you advocate. Keep opinions to yourself and stay out the way. It's game time and there's money to make, so stay quiet. Stay quiet, quiet, stay quiet, quiet, stay quiet, quiet, stay quiet. Stay quiet, quiet, stay quiet, quiet, stay quiet, quiet, stay